one of the best ways to get noticed is to get other people to take notice of you. And one of the best ways to get downloads, and this is can be a particularly difficult thing for people to really embrace, but is to start blogging and to get active in blogging. Now, for those who have their own business that isn't a conglomeration of businesses like the chamber is, there's tools and stuff to help you blog. But for the chamber, I don't know if they've ever considered doing a blog, and this would be on the website. You can get your members to do it for you, get to be guest blogs. I've actually done that with a couple chamber members where they've been guest blogs for me, Pat Miller in particular. And what this does is it allows them to now share that socially to their audience, as well as you're helping them, right? This way, you guys don't always have to be doing the blogging. Now, here's the thing. At the bottom of every blog, you have the call to action to download the app. And it doesn't matter what the topic is. Take advantage of the deals in Brookfield, download the More For You app. Okay. Now, the other piece is to actually get involved online, to be seen, to be heard. I'm going to actually share my screen today. Have you ever heard of a group called Quora? Okay. Quora is an area where you can answer people's questions. Now, don't go down the rabbit hole of feeling that you have to do this every day, all the time. This is one of those things that you schedule a little bit of time once a week, and maybe that's 15 minutes, maybe it's 30 minutes, and you just do it about once a week, and you go on Quora and you answer other people's questions. But here's the power of Quora. You can use your app name in the author bio, and you can have your contact information in there, and people will start to see it. The other thing is, be very careful not to do shameless self-promotions. You'll get kicked right out of Quora, right? It has to be an authentic answer. In fact, let me pull up Quora right here. So with Quora, you just go in, you just log in with either you can create an account or you can call you can put in a Gmail or, however you want to enter in. And then you just kind of select what topics you might be interested in, right? And you can always change this as well. So you can go in, like I might want to go on technology. That's one of the areas that I'm very good at. And you might want to do, the food and the visitor, Miranda, possibly the food. You can go in and you can take a look at anything that you feel that you know some information on, right? And these are the topics that you're going to start to follow. And you need to put in, I believe it's 10 total, and you can change these. This is not like you're stuck with these. Maybe marketing, possibly, some education, smartphones, Apple products, innovation, tourism. Maybe we won't do travel to West Indies. And then when you go into it, it's creating my own personal feed. I'm choosing not to get links. But now as I go through this feed, and again, I can change this later. And you can also then create your own profile in here as well. So every time you go to make a comment. So it's kind of like a social media, but it isn't. So as you're going through, these are different articles that they've posted. And and questions that people are posted. And then, excuse me, right here, you can start asking questions, right? But you can actually answer the question for the people, right? And they post in these crazy, crazy questions. What this does is it allows you to be seen online. You'll also have the website in there for, you could either do the one link for people to download the app, but better would be to put in the chamber's website. So then it goes to, so whatever your company is, whether, it's Gordon J. Meyer or Good Karma Sport Fishing, wherever you want to put have people directed to, this helps your SEOs to be found. Because with SEO, it sees one more spot that your website is out as the Google crawlers are going on. The other thing it does is it gets you noticed. It gets you seen in other areas. And this actually helps your Google search for your app on the Google store, because Google makes that connection that your app is on the store and you're a very active person. Google likes activity. So this is Quora. It's free to get involved. You can answer people's questions. Like right here, if you knew if carrot roots were edible, you could easily do that. Or what are some back tap tricks on the iPhone 12? That might be something that I could answer. So does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the other spot that you want to do is you want to start commenting on blogs and publications. Because when you start commenting on blogs and publications, like right here, TechCrunch, again, you're being noticed by these people, and they're going to see that you're commenting, and make sure your comments are genuine. But if you do enough of that, these folks are going to start looking at your app, and they will eventually showcase you on a blog article for them that's going to take it out in an unbelievable manner. Especially since your app is, Chamber's app is doing something a little bit unique in that it's a conglomeration of many businesses and supporting. It's not your typical Chamber app. It's not about, can we sign up for a class? What can we come to a networking event? It's not that. It's about promoting the businesses within the community. So it makes it a lot better. And it's something that these guys may look at and go, oh my gosh, I never even thought of that, to take a look. This is one of them. There's many sites like this. I just grabbed a couple examples, and this is another one. Giga OM. And they do the same thing. And you can just find articles that you know something about, and then you can comment on it. And you can retweet and repost if you want to as well. It's another good way to be seen. But commenting on them is no different than commenting on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Those are all great places, but there's so much noise. These help you stand out a little bit more. And you want to do all that as well, but you want to really focus on this. So you can leave a comment. They will not publish your email. You can put your website right here as well with your name. And you can also read other people's comments, but I see he doesn't have any on this one. And that's the other thing. Be one of the first persons to comment. Now, I don't know if you know that you can also do that in LinkedIn when people post articles. People use LinkedIn a lot as a blog area. So you can post articles in LinkedIn. You can go on there and you can start commenting on people. This is how you get seen. And you especially want to do it to your specific audience. Now, I would say 75% of the chamber is local. When I say local, southeastern Wisconsin. But you do have businesses such as my own that's part of the chamber that does capture outside of the Wisconsin area. So to have that app on my phone and just say that, somebody's living in Nebraska, well, they still can use that app. So, kind of put your efforts to where you think your audience is going to be. And again, with this one, the more you comment on their stuff, the more they're going to take a look at it. And they may write a blog article about you. You can't ask them to, but if you comment enough, they're going to go, huh, I wonder. And the same thing goes for getting your app reviewed. And some of them do it for just like a app of the day. Some go on for, they'll have it up there for a while. It all depends upon who they are, but you want to take a look. So for example, AppZoom might fit very nicely for you, but if you want to go down like App Store Arcade may not, because you're not a game. You want to have it submitted for the ones that you really are part of their group. What this does is they put this up on their website. You grab it as well, that link, and then you can start sharing it socially and say, hey, look, we have a third-party review. And that's actually really very, very potent to have a third-party review to review your app. Now, some of these are paid. I wouldn't start with the paid ones unless you got to a point that you have to. But on those sites, to get seen, you have to start commenting on their blogs. But again, don't spend a lot of time doing this. 15, 30 minutes a week, tops. Now, you do want to make sure though, that if they have answered you, that you want to go back and either, make sure that they see that you've answered it or get in the conversation or, whatever. And you can also comment on other people's comments on a lot of these. And what that does is it gets you noticed by them. So it's all about finding these other ways. Now, I know a lot of people are sitting here going, all right, I got enough to do in a day. Now you want me to go spend time doing this. I've got social to do this. Again, 15 minutes a week can bring huge rewards. Set a timer. Don't go down the rabbit hole of starting to read what everybody is doing. Do this when you might get up and take a break. And when you come back, take 15 minutes and just do this type of work, because it will make a huge difference in your app for getting seen. And this is something that goes on. This isn't a one and done. This is not just publishing it on the App Store and that's it. But putting this out there, having your website attached to it. If you want, you can have your one link attached to these as a website to be able to download your app. It all depends. Each site is a little different. Some will have a real problem with that. Others won't. And for gosh sakes, make it authentic with your comments. There's nothing that I hate worse than somebody that saw a post of mine and their comment is all about them. It's all about their business and how they could help me write a better post or whatever, or, get a list of downloads or, whatever their comments are. I don't publish them. That is the other thing. Most of these places will not publish right away. They review and then they publish. That's why you want them to be authentic. And that's why it's really, really important. But these are just some nice ways to get in the conversation. And you can do it on YouTube as well. There's a lot of YouTube, a lot of good stuff happens on YouTube. And again, with YouTube, you start making comments, people will start noticing who you are. And then they will reciprocate, which is why it's kind of nice to have your own blog, because say AppFind, their YouTube channel, say AppFind saw that you were making some great comments and then they wanted to reach out to you or comment on one of your blogs. It's kind of nice to have blogs for them to do that with. But if you don't, that's okay. They'll still, potentially reach out. They may, for all you know, they may grab your app and they might start to promote it on YouTube because it's something that they found. And that's how you get seen, get heard, and get the downloads and that exposure. Everything is about exposure. So this is just a nice little list. We actually, I want to say on pre-apps, we were actually, one of our apps, Easy Beasy, was shown on pre-apps, which was kind of nice. They actually just found us. They found us right after we submitted to the App Store, and they quickly wrote a article about it. So it does happen. It is real. It is definitely real. So we're going to just wrap up today, and I want everybody to go off and have an absolutely fabulous day.